My name is Sierra Dawn Harris, and I'm 15 years old. I moved to Oregon in the 3rd grade, and I am now a sophomore. Ever since I moved here, I have been tortured by the words of others. I have never met so many cruel, backstabbing, and heartless people in my life. I have had my share of cruel words, and I sincerely apologize to every single person I have been rude to or that I have hurt, because no one deserves that. No one deserves to be hurt because it is not a good feeling. There are 2 major rumors going on about me right now, and I am sick of hearing about them. The first one is that people are saying I had sex with Pat while I was having another thing with another guy, and that is not true at all because I did not have sex with him. And you guys can think I'm lying all you want, and it will not bother me because I know that I am not lying. And this rumor is one of those that have made me lost several people and have made me be by myself for the past while, and I am sick of it because it did not happen. And even if it did happen, then it's none of your guys' business because that is my personal sex life, and it has nothing to do with you, and it does not affect your guys' lives whatsoever. The second thing is that people are saying I'm planning on killing myself, which I have never said, and I would never say because I am definitely not planning on killing myself, and I don't understand where people get this stuff or how they come up with these types of things because it's not something to joke about. It's not something to tell people about another person like, oh, she's planning on killing herself. No. I just think it's very pathetic. The worst type of people in this world are those who can hurt, spread rumors, and say nasty things about another person and go to bed with a clear conscience and like nothing ever happened. You guys don't understand how hurtful your words can truly be. When you're rude to somebody, you start to break them and make themselves feel worthless and like they don't have a reason to live anymore. People cry all the time because of what you guys say. People hurt themselves. People try or think about committing suicide. And some people even do commit suicide, and it's not a joke. And to those of you who think that people are making a big deal because of some words you said, it is a big deal because it truly does hurt people. And I think those people who can hurt somebody else are those who have been hurt themselves, and they are trying to look like they have not been affected and like they are cool, and you guys are not cool at all. You guys that can hurt another person are the most pathetic and disappointing people that I've ever met in my life. Just because someone did something you don't like doesn't mean you torture them about it. Just because someone looks different or someone is not all together in the brain, just because someone does not act or like the same things you do, does not mean you hurt them because of it, because that's who they are. And you cannot change that, and your words affect them and they hurt them. It is not worth a second of laughter for someone else's eternal pain. And if something has nothing to do with you, then I think you should honestly just leave it alone. Because it is none of your business and it has nothing to do with you. It does not affect your life. And I don't understand why some of you guys think you have to spread these rumors around when it is completely pointless and all it does is hurt people. Now, for my story. A lot of you guys don't know me at all, or you know me, but not all of me. From the 3rd to the 6th grade, I got made fun of every single day because of my weight or my looks. I used to come home crying every single day because people would make fun of me and make me feel like I was not good enough for them or for my life. I did join soccer and other sports to lose weight, but I lost interest very easily. I went to diet pills, and I even went anorexic for a little bit, and I did used to take Adderall to make my weight go down, and I am done. And I am now 120 pounds, and I love my body the way it is, and if any of you think that my body is too big, then you guys can go fuck yourselves, because I love the way I look. And just because someone is bigger than you doesn't mean that you make fun of them, because some people do have weight problems, and it really hurts for them to hear that they are fat or they're obese or they're gross, because there will always be someone out there that loves that person, and you hurting them is not like worth your time, and you should not think that you need to hurt somebody just because it'll make you feel better about yourselves. In the 7th grade, a nasty picture of me got forwarded around the entire school, and I know that I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I have been through a lot, and I have learned from my mistakes, and they made me into the smart, beautiful, and amazing person I am today, and I regret a lot of things, but if it wasn't for them, then I would not be the person I am today, and I love who I am. But ever since that picture, I was known as a slut, and it killed me because it still goes around to this day about that picture, and it sucks because that was a very hard time in my life, hearing people talk about my body or whatever and call me a slut and a whore, and I will never send a picture like that again because I learned my lesson. That same year, I had thought I fell in love with a guy, and I even gave my virginity to him. He cheated on me on my birthday because I took too long to get back from camping and the other girl got home first. You guys don't understand how shitty it makes a person feel about themselves when they get cheated on. It makes you feel so worthless and so like you're not worthwhile, and that you were a horrible girlfriend when I did absolutely everything I could to be an amazing girlfriend, and he just didn't care. He didn't care whatsoever, and that was when I started cutting myself. I went through a lot of pain because I felt like a terrible person, and I blamed it on myself, but I now know it was not my fault, and it was his fault because he was the one with the sick mind, and he was the one that could torture me like that. In the 8th grade, I was done dealing with the pain, and I decided to start drinking and doing drugs. I did shrooms, I did coke, I did ecstasy, I snorted painkillers, I did acid, I did anything I could to take me away from reality. I do not remember a day that I went to school without being on something, because I could not deal with people unless I was not myself. That same year, I got beat at home because my mom has an alcoholic boyfriend who accused me of stealing something of his that I never did. They trashed my entire room. My bed was flipped upside down. My drawers were dumped out. My DVDs were all knocked down, and every single thing in my closet was torn off the shelves and out of the buckets or whatever. Everything was trashed, and since they couldn't find anything, they decided to take their anger out on me. I got choked, I got thrown against a wall, I got hit, and it is not something fun to go through. I cried for days. I was scared to be at my house. I hid in my closet, trying to get away from them, hoping they wouldn't get me because I was scared. I was scared to death. Summer going into freshman year, I got accused for stealing a girl's boyfriend, and a lot of us go through being accused for such things like that because all girls are scandalous and all girls are bitches, and they feel like they have to start rumors about you and hurt you, and guys say anything in the world to make their girlfriend not believe that they cheated on them when it really was their fault in the first place. My phone blew up for days from girls calling me. They would call me a slut, a whore, a nasty cunt, and the worst thing of all, they told me to kill myself. And I don't understand what kind of person can tell another person to kill themselves. And I don't understand how they could go to bed feeling happy and think that that was so funny to tell me that when it's really not, because I really did consider killing myself because I felt worthless. And I felt like nobody wanted me in this world anymore and that I should not be here. One night, a girl that I thought I could really trust told me to come outside because she wanted to talk to me about everything, and she told me it was just her. I went outside and found a huge group of girls awaiting for me. Like, one against a ton of girls is so unfair, and for someone to lie to get me to go out there, they all started yelling at me, and I was scared to death. Not going to lie. I do try to act tough, and I try to stand tall and make it seem like nobody affects me when it really does. I was absolutely scared to death. I cried all night, and I did try killing myself. And my best friend came and saved me, and she took me to her friend's house, and they let me stay there for days and days until I got better. And Chloe Schnorenberg, even though we are not the best of friends these days, I thank you very much for that night, because I could not have done it without you. Since then, all guys want to do is use me for sex, and they think they can play me like I'm some kind of toy. And all girls nonstop torture me with their words and think that it's funny to call me all these nasty names, and they hate me because of all the stuff that I have been through or that I have done, and I know I've made mistakes, and I am sincerely sorry, and I have been paying for every single one of those mistakes since it has happened. But I am done with letting people hurt me. I am a human being, and I have feelings. I have a heart, I have a soul, and I have a mind. And I do not deserve to be treated that way. Nobody in this world does. I am a strong person, and no matter how much any of you try to hurt me or make me feel worthless, I will not let you. You people are pathetic and need to deal with your own lives instead of trying to make mine worse, because I am sick of it, and you guys are not going to break me down. You will never break me. You will no longer make me cry because of what you think of me. I will stand up tall when you try to push me down. I will not be affected anymore. So all you bitches that are going to talk shit and try to hurt me, you guys can go fuck yourselves, honestly. Because I am sick of tired of the rumors, and I am sick of tired of you guys being cruel people, because you are not funny. You guys think you're cool? You're not. You guys are horrible people, and you don't have a soul. To all of you that have been tortured by people's words, you are not alone. But it's time to stand up and be strong. You are all wonderful people. No matter what anyone else says, you are a great person, and you have a purpose in this world. You were born for a reason. Nobody can tell you how to act or what to be like, because that is you. You are yourself, and there will always be someone out there that loves you, and you will find a soulmate, and you have a reason to be on this earth. No matter what anyone says, do not let them take control of you. Do not let them win. It is time to believe in yourselves and know that you can stand up for yourselves, and that people will not hurt you anymore.